Hi, I'm Lucy, also known as Lucy the Reader on the internet, and I would love you to read classics with me in 2026. Many years ago, I founded the classics community here on YouTube as a way for me to explore my love for reading the classics, but also because I knew so many of you were enthusiastic classics readers too, and were looking for a community, a group of like-minded people to read alongside. And as part of that classics community, I started a year-long reading challenge where we all set ourselves goals and try to read classics during the year ahead. I am delighted to share that the classics community reading challenge is back for 2026, and I'll be sharing the exciting details with you today and letting you know how you can get involved. As you may know, if you have been a viewer for a while, in the summer I graduated with a degree in history, and the time since I have spent developing the classics community into the thing that I've always hoped that it would be. And so this video is also the kickoff of the future of the classics community. I want to put everything I learnt during my degree into practice, but also everything I have learnt over the many years since I have been on BookTube and the internet. I met somebody recently who told me that she had watched my videos, the classics community videos, as a teenager, and they were what inspired her to go ahead and study English literature for her degree. And I take that responsibility very seriously, and it means so much to me because I can see just how important classics are to people, and how finding other people who love classics just as much as you do and who can support you on that journey of discovering the classics can be life-changing. So maybe you want your own life-changing classics experience in 2026, in which case do join us for the Classics Community 2026 Reading Challenge. So the details of the Reading Challenge: we will be kicking off on the 1st of January 2026 and running through right to the 31st of December. The challenge is deliberately broad so that you can tailor it to your own reading needs and reading tastes. So the baseline challenge is to read at least one classic per month during 2026. That means reading 12 classics in the year, but if you would like to make that number higher, say read 15, 20, 25 classics in 2026, that absolutely is within your power. You also might like to add more specific goals to your overall goal for the year. For example, to read all of Jane Austen's books, to read a classic over 500 pages, to read maybe one book that has been bugging you for a long time. Maybe you'll read War and Peace during the year. So there's so much freedom with the reading challenge to make it fit to your needs. So you've decided on your reading challenge, but how do you hold yourself accountable? I think it's so easy throughout the year to lose sight of the goals that you set yourself originally, and then to get to the end of the year and feel like you're playing catch up. But that's where the classics community comes in. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is a challenge that I have hosted previously, but I knew that I wanted to bring it back when I was able to fully support it and fully support the community to help you reach your goals and for me to reach mine too. And so what I'm most excited about with the direction of the classics community in 2026 is that it will be a fully fledged, fully supported, accessible community for readers of all types from all around the world, of all ages, bigger and better than ever. And so just as I'll be sharing videos throughout the year here on YouTube, just like this one, we also have the classics community Substack, link in the description, where I'll be posting reading journal prompts encouraging you to write in with what you have been reading, more of a classics community newsletter, and each month I'll be sharing classics from around the media, links and discussions and other videos so that we tap into the wider classics conversation. And the project that I have been working on that feels very much like my classics baby has been a classics community Patreon group. Now, at the heart of all my videos is accessibility to the classics. I do believe that classics should be accessible to everyone, and that's something I always have in mind. But I've been on YouTube for a really long time, over a decade at this point. And honestly, I have come to a natural point where I can either financially continue this or I can't. And I want to be able to deliver to you on the videos that I am making, because I believe in the current world we live in, classics are more important than ever. And so having something like the Classics Community Patreon page enables me to do everything else. But I am super excited about it. It's been such an amazing creative endeavour, and it enables me to create the kind of content that naturally doesn't fit on YouTube. To do those deep dives into classics content, like looking at individual Bronte poems, for example, to look at a niche Jane Austen topic, something that doesn't quite work with the algorithm here, but I know there is such an appetite for. There is no expectation from me for you to sign up, but it is there for you with a whole range of super exciting classics content, and I'm so grateful for anyone who would financially support the classics community, because I would love to expand this. I have so many ideas, but I can't do that without the initial capital. So there is the Classics Reader tier, where each week you will get a classics related voice note from me. Think of it like a mini podcast, a podcast in your pocket, and I'll be talking about things like the books that I am currently reading, but also looking, for example, at a poem like The Night is Darkening Around Me by Emily Bronte, thinking about her inspiration, looking at each stanza and analysing it. I love making videos and I love you being able to see me, but I think there is something so inviting and intimate about a voice note that wherever you are in that moment, you get the notification and you see that you have a voice note from the classics community, and you are instantly tapped in, not just to my reading, but to your own reading too. If you're not sure what that will actually sound like, you can head over to the page now, patreon.com/classicscommunity, and listen to my very first classics community voice note. And even if you aren't able to financially support the classics community at this point, do sign up as a free member, because there are going to be points when I post for everyone. The other tier is the Classics Enthusiast tier, and this is where we will be having our own Classics Community Book Club. The book club will also be happening here on YouTube. I am very conscious that I want to make it accessible to all, that if you want to join in with us, you are able to. So I'll be sharing what we are reading months in advance. I will talk a tiny bit about the book each month during my classics reading wrap-ups, but the bulk of the content, the bonus content, the really exciting stuff will be happening on Patreon. This means that for each month, with each book that we read together, you will get updates throughout the month on my reading progress and asking you discussion questions based on specific points during each book. Through those discussion questions and prompts, you'll also have access to the comment section where you can answer and talk about your own reading experience with the book. And at the end of each month, there will be a super long video, almost like a lecture, where we break down the book, where we do a full analysis of it, where I bring in your contributions throughout the month, and we have a big spoilery discussion based on how we have found the book. Each month there will also be a further reading list of places you might like to go after you have read the selected book. Plus, this tier also comes with a bonus classics video or a Q&A each month. So lots of extra content if you haven't got your YouTube fix here. Within the coming weeks, I'll be sharing with you the first Classics Community Book Club picks. This will be available for everyone, so you can join in with us, but the discussion will be happening over on Patreon. I am so excited about it and so excited to read with all of you. As a bit of a spoiler, one of the selections for the spring is the Bronte book book that we didn't read for my Bronte book club many years ago, and that I have been wanting to find the opportunity to read along with all of you. So I'm so eager to get started on the reading and also to get to know lots more of you through this. Like I've said, accessibility and also affordability are at the heart of everything I want to deliver. I do believe that the classics are for everyone, and so I've thought very carefully about the content, the extra content that I can offer you that you will enjoy, and it's also something that I will constantly re-evaluate and ask for your input on to make sure that both of us are getting the most out of the classics community. So thank you from the bottom of my heart in advance. It means so much to me, and I am really excited about the future because I want to keep being able to be here, to keep showing up, to keep making videos. And I hate to ask anything, I want to be really polite about it, but I also do have to make it sustainable for me, which in its current state it really is not. So for a quick recap, videos here on YouTube are still free and accessible to all, as is the Classics Community Substack. I will never ask for any money with that. But the Patreon is a subscription model and you can dip in and out wherever you are able to. All links to where you can get involved are in the description. But back to other exciting Classics Community Reading Challenge events, and there will be readathons throughout the year, things like cozy reading weekends where we put a pile of classics together and try to read our way through them. There will be themed reading months or themed reading weeks and specific things that we mark throughout the year, which I will let you know plenty of time in advance. I believe so strongly in the power of classics, in looking back to the past and the literature that was created in the past to learn about our present and to learn about ourselves. And I think there is no better time than to start reading classics. And if I can offer that supportive community that encourages you to read the classics that you've always wanted to read or to start reading the classics, then I feel like my job is done. I cannot wait for the year ahead, and in the short term what you've got to look forward to is the Classics Community Reading Challenge TBRs, where I'll be sharing the classics I want to read throughout the year, and I would also encourage you to share your own TBRs. Either share a photo using the hashtag Classics Community across social media, make a video here on YouTube, write about it on a Substack that you create, or write about it in your reading journal and share that across our pages. If anything, I wish that 2026 would hurry up already so that we can get underway. Thank you so much for watching this video. We have so much to look forward to, so much classics reading to be done, and I can't wait to read alongside you all for the Classics Community 2026 Reading Challenge. I'll see you soon for another classics video. Happy reading!